Hello guys, welcome! It's been a while. Today we're gonna have a lot of interesting matches here. Today with me, of course, Seven. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Van Doxon, how about you? How's your day going?
Yeah, today has been quite long already, but we're here for some more CrossFire actions. So today we're gonna have ROC Esports against Swamp Gaming. What do you think about this matchup?
I mean, I really hope that both teams will play with the full roster. I mean, you never know, ROC Esports already first place, they already secured a spot in the playoffs. So they might even hide some strats today, but I still hope to see a good fight and maybe even 3 maps in the first match. What do you think?
Well, I think it's gonna be quite interesting after all, because we know ROC Gaming, ROC Esports, sorry, have been very dominant all season long, right? I mean, they only lost a couple of maps, but never an entire set. So I would expect them to win again today, but you never know. So I'll just see what happens next. Swamp Gaming, of course, they had a lot of ups and downs. Lately, they have been quite competitive in my opinion, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough against ROC. So we'll just have to see what maps they're gonna play, right?
We just saw the standings. I mean, no surprise. ROC Esports first place, then InnerCircle on the second place. Then Gaimin Gladiators on a third place, and PingPongPals. I think this is the biggest upset so far in this season, right? Fourth place. I mean, did you expect them to reach the playoffs?
No, not at all. I mean, considering where they're from, right? I mean, this is pretty much as entertaining as it can get, right? But they deserve their spot. I mean, obviously they fought very hard, and sometimes it wasn't looking as good, but in the end, they still managed to reach the top 4 here. I mean, still there's a lot to do for them, but so far I like their performance, right? So right now we are looking at ROC Esports, of course. Look at that. I mean, come on, that's a stat, right? I mean, everyone is really stepping it up in that team.
Yeah, pretty consistent. Especially Snare, obviously, the star player. 1.38 KD so far in this season. Also Slayer stepping up as usual. And then you also have Snake, right? One of the most stable captains, I would say. Individually, he's always performing, especially at offline tournaments. He's pretty solid so far. I think, this is one similarity I see between ROC and also GG. They have Flex, right? Also, a very strong in-game leader. And here we got Swamp Gaming. An interesting roster, right? They brought on Snox before the second season. HGC was playing the Open League as well, the first season, right? So technically one change, but also, I think 4 different nationalities on one team, right? Snox from Germany, HGC from China, Kai's from Canada, Famous from US, and Josh, I believe, is from, is from US? From US or Canada?
Well, no, not really. But what I can tell you is that, Swamp Gaming, I got to know them last year at CFS, right? So obviously there were some couple of different members at the time as well, but still I met some of them, and I can tell you, obviously, Famous and Kais as well, right? So definitely a couple of cool guys to chill with. And even today, I would say, obviously they don't have the best standing right now, but they still will give it their best try after all, right? So right now, we're looking at the key players. Obviously, Snare, he has been so good all season long. Obviously, sometimes he hasn't been, but let's say 80% of the time, he was always on top of his level, always supporting and, playing to his very best capabilities here, right? So, in the end, I don't know what's going to happen, to be fair. I think Swamp Gaming will have a hard time. It kind of depends on the maps we are going to play.
I mean, also interesting if you look at the standings, right? So Swamp right now, they have 5 wins, and Anubis, they have 6 wins. So technically, if Swamp wins today, they would also have 6 wins, obviously. And then I think it's depending on the set difference, right? Who's reaching 5th place. And I mean, it's at least about prize money in the end. Of course, both teams can't reach the playoffs anymore. But I believe if Swamp wins with a 2-0 win, there might be 5th place, if I'm not mistaken. So this year would be also massive. I mean, 5th place after just coming from the Open League would be a solid result here in the first season, again here in the West Pro League. But also for Anubis, quite disappointing, right? I mean, they reached 2nd place in the first season. But now, okay, let's focus first here on the the map veto. No surprise at all. ROC, Subbase, one of the strongest maps. Like even the last couple of years, Egyptians just love playing Subbase. Swamp, go for Ankara, and then Decider is Port. So what do you think? If you see those maps, Pandoxon, what do you think? What is your prediction for this one?
Yeah, prediction. Honestly, I don't think it's going to matter too much which maps we're gonna play. I mean, obviously it has some kind of impact, yes, but I still think ROC Gaming, they're just so much better. It doesn't matter who they play against, right? Obviously they have lost a couple of maps here and there, but they always won in the end. So I think Subbase is a pretty solid pick for ROC. Obviously, like you mentioned, Egyptians just love to play Subbase. I think Ankara is a good map for Swamp, but it's also a good map for ROC, right? So the question is, yeah, how much is it going to matter in the end? In the end, I'm not too sure if you're even going to see Port, but I would love to see Port, because I feel like, hey, if Swamp Gaming somehow finds a map win, we're definitely pushing it to close numbers on Port, right?
I mean, I've been casting like a couple of matches from ROC already, and I always feel like even, for example, against TBI, it's always close. So ROC, I mean, they won obviously most of the matches in the season, but it's most of the time actually close, right? They even lose maps like here and there. So yeah, I think especially if you consider we see like one map on the NA server, obviously, and there's a high potential we're gonna see full distance today, so 3 maps. But I mean, like, to be fair, you're right. Like, I think if it would be like an offline match, if we see like those maps, Subbase, Ankara, would be pretty tough for Swamp to win one of those. But yeah, let's see. Like, seems like we are about to start the first map, guys. If you have to pick one player on Swamp, on Doxon, like besides Famous, the obvious choice, like who do you think has the most impact besides Famous on Swamp in this season?
Yeah, good question. In this season, maybe Kais actually. Obviously, Kais, historically he has been one of the best players when it comes to the NA rosters. But I feel like Kais, when he's really stepping up, he's so good with the sniper, right? Even on CFS, I saw it there. Usually in practice, it was always like, yeah, it's okay here and there, right? He had a couple of good games, but when it came to the most important matches at CFS, right, at the grand final stage, he was outstanding a couple of times, right? Not always, but a couple of times. So I would definitely say after Famous, it's going to be Kais.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I was playing with Kais in GV, obviously, 2 years ago. So yeah, I was definitely one of the best sniper rifles I've ever played with. But I think also Snox doing a solid job. Of course, it's also tough, like alongside HCC, you're the only like EU player. So it also depends on which server you're playing. Sometimes I feel like he has to go first because he has the high ping, right? So it's also a different role for him. I think he's also doing a solid job. And then, of course, if you look at the roster from ROC Esports, it's pretty tough to pick one player. But if you have to pick one player from ROC, who do you think has the most impact?
Oh, that's a very difficult question, to be fair. I feel like everyone on ROC is really stepping it up every single time, right? To be fair, my personal favorite, maybe it's Horus, actually, because Horus, I have highlighted this guy so many times I cannot even count that far, right? So definitely huge shout outs to him, because I feel like Horus is just always on point. This guy, I say, he looks like he's sleeping for a second in the camera, then all of a sudden, boom, 4K, right? I have seen it a couple of times from him, so yeah, definitely Horus.
I also would say like Horus is very underrated. I mean, he's usually the entry for guy, right, for ROC Esports. So if you're the entry for a team, usually your KD's not the best. It's pretty tough. So and he's like still having a positive KD in the season. So yeah, he's also doing a great job, I think, Horus. But for me, like, I think the most impact, I mean, obvious choice would be Snare, but I think from the rifles, Snake for me has the most impact. Like, if you consider the fact that he's the IGL, the captain, and still performs one of the best rifles here on the squad, that's pretty huge. Like, as I said, like similarities I see here, like also to Flex. Also Flex, I mean, last year was pretty insane. Because it's pretty tough. If you're the IGL, I mean, I can also talk from experience. If you're the IGL, it's definitely much more difficult, I think, to perform. Also depends, obviously, on your system and also your tactics. But usually it's more difficult because you have to focus on strat calling, on the tactics, on reading your opponent, and also obviously like performing individually. It's sometimes tough. So yeah, huge respect, especially to Snake and Flex, for me, like the two best captains here in the West region. Yes, if you look at the standings, for me it's still interesting, right? If we especially like PingPongPals, right? If like 7 wins, Anubis pretty close with 6 wins, but still like that PingPongPals like actually make it like convincingly to the top 4. For me, that's the biggest upset. I mean, when I like when you look at all the rosters, Pondoxon, like before the season, like, do you remember what was your call? Like, which teams make it to the top 4? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I definitely did say something, but I would say, I don't know, ROC maybe. I mean, I had to guess for ROC. So to be fair, I don't remember. But looking at the standing right now, I would say there's not too much of a surprise. Obviously, I mean, yeah, you would expect the InnerCircle, you would expect the Gaimin Gladiators, former LCK roster, right? I mean, the only big surprise for me, honestly, and like we already said it, is PingPongPals. One thing I am really missing here is Anubis, right? And we just have to consider how good Anubis was, in the first season, and all of a sudden Anubis, they had a huge downfall, right? I mean, that was like I have no words almost, right? So they definitely fell rock bottom, right? But they somehow made it back up. They found a solution for it, but I don't know. I just have to guess, but I feel like they're probably not super happy with their result, right? I mean, they have to be upset. It's only top 5 right now, and they were one of the top contenders last season. So I don't know what we will see when it comes to Anubis Gaming, but doesn't matter because right now we are looking at Swamp Gaming. And what do you think? I mean, they look ready to go, right?
Famous looks calm as usual. Also, Kais looks very focused. As I said, I think if they win 2-0, 2-0, there might be a chance that they will reach 5th place. Seems like we're ready to hop in. First map, sub-base, ROC Esports here on GR. As you can see here, Snake already working up towards Woods here, playing this aggressive angle. But so far, like a very passive start here from Swamp. Obviously, it's pretty tough, right? If you smoke off Woods, the main entrance there, you always have to wait until the smoke is fading away.
Well, it's actually gonna be very interesting because there has updates when it comes to sub-base, but right now it's gonna be Snox with the first kill onto Tots, and he takes him out with a pistol, clean headshot from him. The rest of the squad obviously backs up. They know they have the advantage now, don't need to push further. So, what has changed when it comes to sub-base? So I was talking to a very, very famous person yesterday, and he told me that, there has been some map changes, so you're no longer able to smoke a down, a top through the ceiling anymore. So that's a huge change up, right? I mean, what do you think, Seven?
I mean, like since I basically retired last year, I was absent for a while. There are like many changes, but especially sub-base. If all the utility thrown now, and like for me, like honestly, like sub-base, it's a small change, not too big. For me, the biggest change is definitely in Mexico, right? Like if I look at all the maps, sub-base, small changes here, but Mexico, I think those changes are huge. Anyway, like it seems like on here, on B again. Play with the double, gets the triple, so now it's all on Famous here. With some big connector, getting the frag onto Slayer. It's still a 1-on-2 situation. So him, Horus is quite low HP. Snake here in the corner, but Horus with the perfect timing. And the first on the board here for ROC Esports. I mean, good start, right? Snox getting the entry. Nice cold headshot. In the end, ROC Esports, especially thanks to Slayer, securing the first round on the board. This time no smoke here in Woods. Since Snare sniping this angle. Getting the entry onto Kais. Here Famous and HCC and be connected. Oh, you saw that HCC getting the headshot onto Snake, I believe. But yeah, that's the one downside if you play the M14. If you go for the headshot, it's not like if the AK not 100 damage. Means Snake is still alive.
Yeah. So, one big change, obviously, we have talked about it many times before, but I love to see the M14 into play. You know, I'm not too sure why, but I feel like it's a more, let's say it's a better M4, right? So it has less recoil, has fast reload and everything. Does very well in these kind of situations here. ROC. Okay, ours is good for one, but the trade is there from Famous. But Snare, of course, gets it done. Totson with another one as well. Snox will go down. Josh left behind. 1 versus 4, but look at the HP. Totson will go down. Snake still alive, though. He will be taken out eventually here. Yeah, hey, ROC. They look very good right now. I mean, they're having pretty much a chill time right now. Obviously, in the first round, you know, there was Snox with the first entry there, but somehow they still were able to bring it back. And even in the second round here, they make it look easy almost. And look at this right now, Snake. The aggression towards Wood here is just so nice. The confidence is really up to the plate right now.
Yeah, I always see like the same mistake again and again, right? Get the peak onto Horus A down, and then instead of waiting, maybe throwing a smoke towards ramp, you're always swinging wide and going for the white against Snare, who's like sniping from a top, and yeah, like most of the time never works out. Like Snare, like from this angle he gets the frag, I would say from 100 times at least 98 times. Instead of the off angle here in Woods, gets at least 1 frag. Horus here gets the trade. HTC here with the wall bang. This time the round looks a bit closer. Kai's in trouble, but gets the frag onto Tots. A nice reaction for him. So now the round is totally doable here for Swamp. It's all on Slayer and Snare, who's quite low HP. Also the bomb here is working towards B side. Kai's in trouble. Can't take the shot, whiffing some shot, but finally gets the frag onto Kai's. As you see, Famous and HTC going for the full rotate towards A side. I think that's the right decision. Both players here from ROC covering B side. HTC 49 HP left. Snare, I think, around like 30 HP. Slightly advantage here for Swamp Gaming. They're holding this off angle. Hoping that HTC will go for the peak, but I think this ain't gonna happen. Both players here from the back. Going for the retake. HTC will spot them in a few seconds. Falling back. Oh, missing some shots. Oh, HTC is actually fully blind. What a flash. Like who was throwing this flash? Like, was it Famous or like was it ROC? I'm confused. Like, 1 second I thought it was the flash from Famous or not. Did you see that?
I did see it indeed, and to be fair, that was insane. ROC. Not too sure whose flash that was, but it doesn't matter. ROC. They take this one in fashion, and they made it look easy once again. And look at this aggression here. Oh, they're not gonna waste any time. Famous. He will go down. And it's gonna be so much work already for Swamp Gaming. I mean, come on, they lose Famous here. It's gonna be Snox as well. And of course, Slayer. This guy has been so on point all season long. He's not even done yet. I mean, come on. The pressure is high, but nonetheless, they will get it done. And already, look at this HZ trying to reduce the damage. He gets one, trying to find a second. Not gonna find it just yet. And he doesn't have to over-aggress this because, you know, they slowly but surely get some kind of advantage back. But again, ROC, they started off super strong. The aggression started so well. Swamp Gaming, they had no idea whatsoever. And yeah, now Swamp Gaming, they need to find a solution as soon as possible.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad for them in the first half here. Again, 4 versus 3 situation. In favor of ROC, as you said, Slayer on point so far. Some clean headshots. Also, this setup doesn't look too promising for Kais if he decides to commit to the fight here along B. Watson holding the off angle. And the smoke supports him, so like Josh and Kais waiting now patiently until the smoke fades away. Commit to the fight top him. He head onto Kais. Josh doesn't commit to the fight since he's quite low HP. Yeah, like it seems like Swamp Gaming, they look a little bit clueless, honestly. Might be a timeout coming in.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Kais and Snox, obviously, they haven't had any success just yet. I mean, Josh is about to go the same route unless he has an idea. HTZ, I like this decision here. He hides away. He knows he can't be spotted there. He's gonna be ROC retaking this bomb site here. HZ and Josh pretty low on HP, and ROC knows. But Josh, good for one, but will be taken out by Totson. Now, HZ has no chance whatsoever. Goes down. Quick headshot here by ROC once again. And yeah, look at that. Look at Slayer. He's like, yeah, you know, hey, this is just any other day at the office right now, right? So, Swamp Gaming looking a little bit shell-shocked almost here, right? So also, we have to consider, if I'm not mistaken, we are playing on the EU server, right? So definitely a little bit of a disadvantage here for Swamp Gaming. But in the past, Swamp Gaming has performed super well on the EU side of things. So not too sure what's going on right now. They're definitely not here just yet.
I mean, if you look at the stats, right, not even one player is stepping up so far. Famous here and actually 3 kills at least. Especially Totson here stepping up once again. Oh, that's a good crossfire. But Josh, oh, nice 2 taps. Anyways, like gets a 2-piece as well. Once again, doesn't look too good here for Swamp. Josh in trouble, getting picked up by Snake eventually, and now it's all on HCC once again here. Clutch situation. I believe there's nothing much you can do. Like, yeah, I mean, facing ROC Esports on sub base is also a tough task. I mean, I can also talk from experience, right? Like when I was playing ROC on sub base, I mean, at least last year it didn't end too well.
Yeah, well, ROC is definitely a tough nut to crack, right? I mean, HZ, what can he do in this position? It would require another 3K here, and surely not. I mean, he gets one, Snake will go down. Horse, look at that aggression. I mean, come on. How can he do this? HCZ is still standing. It will go down to Slayer eventually. The bomb will be defused. And what a start here from ROC. I mean, that is just a domination if I ever seen one, right? So, not too sure what's going on with Swamp, because usually, yes, ROC definitely is the favor here, but still, Swamp Gaming, they usually find a way to make it work, and, you know, NA thinks they just don't take a timeout. They just don't do it, right? That's just such a weird thing NA players do, right? So, nonetheless, doesn't matter, as we are in the next round here. Snare already good for one. Totson in a very good position, but there's Skies with a sniper in hand, but look at Totson. Doesn't over-aggress this, doesn't need to. He just falls back.
Yeah, but I mean, also in the last one, you can actually see that Esports are good with any gifts today to Swamp. Like, instead of like just going for the fight against HEC, they're going for double peek from the upper boxes and from lower boxes. So yeah. I mean, like ROC Esports, as I said before, they're first place already. For sure, they're on the playoffs. They technically don't have to show any strats, but they're still playing for sure on the 100%. Let's do that. Here, Snake now might be in trouble, but Slayer tries to support him. Good flash here from Snare, I believe, from upper A. Snake with perfect timing. Famous here gets the trade at least. Slayer here hiding behind Rocket. Nate almost finishing off. This is a good gameplay from Famous, right? Getting killed. It's a 3-on-2 situation. This round is finally doable here for Swamp, but as I say that, Totson with the clean headshot onto Famous. Snox gets the trade, and now all on Totson. Snox is super low HP, 5 HP left. Missing some shots. Have to reload the gun, and gets the kill eventually. So first one on the board here for the NA squad. I must say finally. So finally it seems like we have a match here. I mean, if Swamp gets 2 more rounds this first half, I mean 3-6 obviously still not the result they wished for, but not a bad stat against ROC.
Nah.
Anyway, ROC here. Snake with the entry. Once again, I feel like every round, like Swamp Gaming is starting with 4-5. It's obviously not ideal if you play against the best team in West.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I feel like it doesn't even matter. I mean, obviously, Swamp Gaming, they still found a way to finally find the first round, but I think that's mainly because, you know, ROC, they didn't really rotate towards A whatsoever, right? I was a little bit confused about it too, because I feel like they had the info, but they just didn't do it, and that kind of break their neck in the end here. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Swamp Gaming, pretty happy about this one. At least one so far. I mean, there's still a couple of rounds to go before we switch, but obviously they're not gonna be too happy overall. We'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, Totson, I mean, that shot from a top, that was insane. Just poop, one shot, right? So we'll see. This position is a little bit awkward for him. The flash is good. He's fully blinded by the lights. Look at that. Come on, Snox. No chance for Totson to respond whatsoever. Nice one tap here onto Snake as well. And now look at the snare. Looking for redemption. Good positioning here as well. I'm not too sure if anyone would check that, but look at this. Once again, Swamp Gaming. Super chill. They don't rush too much, and this is a good decision making here. I love how they decide to go towards A, even though they have 2 kills on B, and it is going to be Snox, of course, sitting at the quad position. They're waiting for anyone to cross, but it's not gonna matter too much. Look at that ROC. They have an idea. They're slowly but surely creeping towards A here, and just a matter of time before they will run into Horus here. Horus in the key position once again. Goes for that spot. He spotted them. Good flash, though. It's not gonna matter to do too much damage here. No one's really too scared about it. Look at that rotation once again. But it's because Snox, he cleared out B, and this is basically a free side to take.
Very unlucky. I mean, Snare had the perfect positioning here. But yeah, he told his teammates, guys, going to A, execute for sure. Yeah, I mean, he missed Snox. Snox was still on B, and as you said, Snox secured B side and realized, okay, B side is completely empty, guys. It's time to come over. He's like, gets the 2 piece, maybe he can get the 1-on-4 clutch. Nice super low HP already. Gets the catch well now. It's all on Josh. Time is ticking. 13.
Oh!
What a 1-on-4 clutch here from Slayer.
What?
But also quite unfortunate. I mean, the bomb hasn't been planted for Josh. Like, okay, like you can cover it from BC, but Josh was playing a little bit too aggressive here. They have a little bit more patience. I mean, it's quite obvious that Slayer wouldn't go for the instant defuse here. Oh, it gets the 2 piece. 1-3 situation now here. They have ROC. Latest here, Totson gets a frag onto Famous, Snox gets a trade onto Snare. Bomb side A here is completely empty. All on Totson, but he has a C4 at least. Clean headshot onto Kais. And Snox here closing out the round in fashion with the sniper rifle.
Whew. Hey,
Last round.
Honestly, we had no time to talk about that 4K at all. ROC, they pushed in, they didn't waste any time. Swamp Gaming, they somehow found a way, mainly because of Josh 2K very early on in this round, right? So, wow, what a change up. I mean, 1 round for Swamp Gaming, it would be 6-3, and it would definitely be a situation they could come back from, but yeah, so much work to do, right? I mean, that 4K, I'm still not over it. That was insane. How could they let that one slip? Anyway, it happens. It happens to the best, I guess. Maybe. Doesn't matter. Right now, it's going to be Snox once again. Looking for that entry. Totson on the upper B position. Oh, look at that reaction shot from Snare. Snox, no chance whatsoever. He will go down. And of course, look at that. The rest of the squad, they're just chilling. They don't know really want to cross that crosshair. Look at Slayer's position as well, right? So, ROC, you said, you know, they give it their 100%, which I agree, but I definitely think they're not showing any stress, right? They're just casually playing right now. Obviously, they still try very hard to win, right? Obviously, you have to, right? Otherwise, Swamp Gaming will get the better of you 100%. But right now, ROC Gaming, even though they don't show their full strats or whatever, they still look so dominant. I mean, look at the Snare once again. Key position here, gets one, looks for a second. It's not gonna be too easy for him. HCZ can't find Horus just yet, and yeah, this is what I mean, right? Look at this dominance from ROC overall.
I mean, in the end, also ROC, like, that part that they don't want to lose the match, even though, like, they're first place already in the regular season. And also, I mean, the Egyptian friends from Anubis, right? For them, it's at least about prize money in the end if they reach 5th or 6th place. So that's why ROC Esports definitely playing the 100%. As you said, I don't showing, like, any strats, like any special setups, of course, because of the playoffs. But as we just saw, Slayer is definitely playing 100%. In 1-4 clutch. Also, this round here going in favor of ROC Esports once again. 7-2, convincing half from the Egyptians. And yeah, now I mean, like Subbase usually is very blacklist sided, so it doesn't look too good for Swamp. That's for sure. I mean, when you run hyper against either like Anubis or 3BL back then ROC Esports, now I always try to play blacklist first because usually it's easier to beat them on blacklist. But if you lose blacklist 2-7, usually it doesn't look too good for you. Let me see, gets a nice trick. It gets a trade. I mean, as you see, like Ace was completely empty. Just the famous on A side. Swamp has to go for the fast retake, I believe. But as you see, like all the players are full flashed. Bomb has been planted. The good news is Snake is low HP at least. So it's gonna be a tough retake here. 3 players from the back. HEC, I think, eventually will go for the flash probably. Like going a little bit too early, I feel like. Like gets a 2-piece. On Kais here. Where's HEC? Where's HEC? Still upper A. 8 seconds left. And he's still upper A. This was a little bit playing with too much patience, I believe. Like normally, if your teammates are going for the retake already in the back, you definitely have to either commit to the fight from upper A or also go for the retake from stairs. But waiting upper A is not the best idea in this scenario.
No, to be fair, I feel like he definitely wasted too much time there, right? I mean, he had to help his teammates out. He didn't. This was, the opening for ROC to bring this one back. And look at the score, 7. I mean, 8-2. It doesn't look too well for Swamp Gaming, but honestly, this is pretty much what you would expect on your map, on your server, right? So definitely all the cards given to ROC. And obviously, we also have to consider that, ROC is just a better team right now. So then, hands down, it's just what it is, right? So, I don't know. Swamp Gaming, they still have a good chance to, win a couple of rounds. They definitely can. But ROC, you're not going to make that too easy for them, man. This is pretty much what it takes, right? I mean, ROC, they don't really need to do anything. They just wait for anyone, to cross their crosshairs, and that pretty much works. I mean, Slayer, he finds HEZ, right? But Josh is there to get the trade, but in the end, Snake will get the better of Famous, and one by one, these Swamp players will go down, right? I mean, what can Swamp Gaming do against this force here? I mean, look at that. Snake finds Josh Kais with the carbon hoodie, with the carbon jersey, by the way. Very, very OG. Love to see it, but not too sure how much that will help him here. 1 versus 3 for the taking here. I mean, how much can Kais be the clutch master over and over again? And look at that aggression from ROC. I mean, they don't even have to fight this. He finds one though, looks for a second. The smoke is in his way. The timer not on his side either. And he will go down eventually.
And you see the smile on the face here from Snake. Obviously quite happy here about the standing here. 9-2 now in favor of ROC Esports. I mean, it's very hard to Swamp this. I mean, if you look at Famous guys, how both players stepping up today so far. Like, we couldn't see much from them, right? 6 frags here from Famous, 4 frags from Kais. As I say, this Kais gets the first recur onto Snare at least. Oh, this looks like a quick round 2-on-2 situation already. Totson super low HP. Famous and Snoxy closing out the round. Swamp here, first one on the board here in the second half. But still, I need 6 more rounds here to secure the overtime. That's very unlikely to happen, in my opinion. As I say, that Kai's already low HP here. What's interesting? Checking the angle here on the left side. Kai sniping now from dark towards long B. Famous playing once again solo A. I think this is the strat now here from Swamp. 4 players on B and just leave Famous alone on A. He's Noxy rotating towards upper A, and Famous will face Snare here, gets the frag. Falling back, but Horus gets the trade. Snox here. Here to help him out, gets the frag onto Horus. He's even committing to the fight. Snake falling back. This round looks super here for Swamp Gaming. They're here working up towards woods with the M14. Gosh, was a little bit overcommitting to the fight here. Was quite unnecessary in my opinion. Now 3-on-3 situation. And the bomb plant in a few seconds here on Ace Academy of the off angle. Didn't see that coming. So now 3-on-2 situation. So Kai is super low HP, he's not beyond the stairs, only going for the retake. Really, these blocks doesn't care anymore. Sometimes this kind of playstyle works out, but at least not this round. So now all on Kai's once again in the clutch situation. 38 HP left, and Snakey closing out the round and also closing out the map. So in the end, what do you think, Pandox? Still a convincing map here for ROC. Expect a little bit more from Swamp Gaming, actually.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what you would expect, obviously, but you know, in the end, ROC Gaming is the better team. They have the better server. They have their map pick, right? Hello guys, welcome back. It is time for some more Crossfire action. So, the first game obviously was a little bit weird here and there, obviously we expected a little bit more from Swamp Gaming, but no hard feelings, of course. It is what it is, sometimes it's just rough. And Swamp Gaming, they fully got stoned here from ROC, so definitely a strong performance from ROC overall, but now we are moving to set number 2, map number 2 more. It's going to be Ankara on the NA server, so I would expect Swamp Gaming to step up a lot. But to be fair, we will see if that happens or not. What do you think, Seven?
I mean, like, they have to, right? It's an A server now, so it's their map pick. I mean, I really hope, I want to see full distance. I want to see Port here as the side map. But today, I mean, especially Famous and Kai's like having a hard time. I feel like usually those players, they step up to the plate for Swamp. So I think it does look too good. Also, if you look at ROC, right, Slayer, insane clutch moment. Snea is playing a solid game as well. Totson also with some good moments. So I'll be honest, like, most likely we're gonna see it a 2-0. Like, unlikely to happen that we're gonna see Port here in the first half at least. What do you think? You gonna expect Swamp here to do a comeback?
Well, do I expect it? No. Do I want it? Yes. So, I don't know. Hey, if Swamp Gaming somehow makes a comeback, I would definitely love to see it, but is it realistic? Most likely not, but historically, whenever ROC, won the first match, they somehow make it work to lose the second map. So, even against lower tier teams, for example TBI, right? They still somehow manage to lose maps against teams like that. So, I don't know, anything could happen, to be fair. It's really up to Swamp. I think ROC, they definitely are here today, so they will perform nonetheless, right? But Swamp Gaming, if they're not able to perform on Ankara as well, yeah, I would expect a pretty quick and, almost, disappointing game here.
And at least it's like, even though like they can't reach 5th place anymore, for them it's still like preparation for the upcoming CFS qualifiers, right? I mean, in the end, it's the most important tournament of the year, so it's still a good practice for Swamp. And I mean, if they win this today, at least you can say that it's like a decent season. I mean, I also talked to Snox a little bit before the season. Of course, their goal was to reach top 4, but yeah, it's just tough. I mean, you have basically 3 slots already like given to InnerCircle, Gaimin Gladiators, and also like ROC Esports before the season, so it's tough. It's technically only 1 slot left, right? You have Anubis, then you have PingPongPals this season, right? And you have Swamp, so technically 3 other teams are competing for the other slot. And in the end, PingPongPals had the upper hand. I mean, before the season, I would even say that TBI has more chances to reach 4th place than PingPongPals. So yeah, it's really like a big upset after a long time in Crossfire West, I feel like. So yeah, it's good to see that the competition is really at the highest level here. And yeah, we see the stats, Kais and HSC with like not the best match. And yeah, ROC Esports, Slayer obviously 2.5 KD. Snake also 2.17 KD. So if you have 2 players with a 2.x KD right on the squad, like, unlikely that you lose the match. So yeah, it seems like we're about to start the second map. Ankara, yeah? Like if you would be the team captain now for Swamp and Doxon, how would be your approach now? Would you play aggressive, passive, or like, what would you change now for Ankara?
Yeah, good question though. I think my call would be, okay guys, listen, we lost map number 1. Obviously, it was a little bit of a stomp. We didn't really expect that to go that way, but let's not lose our, our passion. Let's not lose our focus, because obviously they still can win if they really want to, and if, the cards are dealt to them. So I would say, guys, listen, let's just make the very first round, let's make it very quick. Let's just rush towards mid, see what we can find some entries, see what happens, right, and work from there. I wouldn't really call anything like, yo, let's go B or A, right? I would just say, play whatever you want to play, see if you can find anything, if that doesn't work for you, just, it's not the end of the world, because it's only 1 round, right? It's the first round, obviously, but it really depends if ROC is ready to, counter that aggression in the very first round.
So I think, yeah, we're about to start the second map, but I mean, I like your approach, Panoxon, honestly. But I think if you face ROC Esports, you really have to pull off something like surprisingly, you know, like my approach would be now if you especially play Ankara, maybe like pull out like 3 sniper rifles on GR, you know, like bring up something like they will not expect. This would be my approach. But I mean, let's see. I mean, especially if you look at Swamp, if you look at the lineup, right? You have Famous, could be a sniper rifle. You have Kais, HCC as well. Even Josh Snox also sometimes I can confirm like he can also handle a sniper rifle. So this would be my approach now. Like basically what also 999 was doing right last weekend, going for the triple sniper setup, even like sometimes with 4 sniper rifles. So this approach, at least I like on Ankara. I mean, also my team GV was playing with this setup sometimes. But yeah, let's see. Ankara is always tough, you know, like it's a huge map, so rotations are long. So yeah, that's would be my approach on GR, but Blacklist, different story.
Yeah, I mean, it is the triple sniper setup is definitely something I was watching a lot of times last year, right? I definitely think it's, yeah, let's say it's pretty cool to see here and there, but obviously you don't really want to over push that, right? I mean, obviously sometimes it's okay, but too many times it's not gonna work out in your favor. But yeah, definitely the triple sniper setups, it's an option, but I'm not too sure if it's the right option against ROC, because obviously, you know, they're so quick. ROC, every one of them is just super hybrid, right? I mean, they could just pick up any gun and run towards mid and run towards whatever you call it, right? So I feel like if ROC, you know, we've seen them play very fast on sub-base as well, so I don't would as well. Seems like already it's going to be a very interesting approach here from ROC, because look at that, they already are super close to a main here. Obviously, they're not looking too much into the side necessarily. I mean, they will get a little bit of a, you know, nade damage onto the Swamp players, but nothing too scary just yet.
The Swamp here going for the A stack. I think it doesn't really pay off because ROC will go for the mid aggression. His snare. The Kais. Kaiser gets the double kill here. Almost gets the triple that Todson denies him. All on Snox. He's the only player here on B side technically. Guess the bomb will be planted in a few seconds. That's the case. Snake here. Going for the bomb plant for GR base. Snox. He doesn't know the Todson hotel, but Todson gets the frag anyway. Look at the rotation. Paradoxon will be tough here, right? From middle, 3 players. Coming up now.
Oh boy. Well, Todson will find Famous. Todson will find HCZ as well. Now, Josh. Well, never mind. He will also find a 3rd player. And you know what? Todson looking very ready to go. But to be fair, we see a double kill coming out of Kais. And this could be the beginning of a much different story, to be fair. I mean, obviously, yeah, ROC, they got this round, but they definitely didn't make it too easy. Swamp Gaming. And even right now, look at that aggression here from Famous, the confidence. He takes out Horrors, but unkilled. Back and forth it goes. Look at the damage done to Todson. Doesn't look too ideal. This guy's 6-0, by the way. Incredible story. It's not fully blind by the lights. He will find one. He will be taken out quickly after. Kais, that was a little bit of a weird peek. I don't think he had a gun out either, so he's lucky to be alive though. So Slayer, it is going to be a long rotation for you, my guy. I mean, come on, Snare. He's already on B, waiting for his buddy to join up, and it's gonna be Josh and Kais in this clutch though.
Interesting, yeah, like HCC already pushed up long A, but he doesn't want the full rotation. So that's gets the frag onto Kais. Now it's a 2-2 situation. Look at HCC. He has the key position now. Long B. Over committing to the fight here. It is like Slayer wasn't aware, obviously, that HCC is coming from Blacklist base. Now it's all on Snare here against HCC. Almost planted for GR base. And Snare here goes for the aggression here onto bridge. Gets frag onto HCC. I mean, the round like looked quite promising for Swarm, right? Snox here with some good frags in Garage. But in the end, 0 here for ROC Esports.
Yeah. I'm actually, very glad to bring that up. I mean, come on. That was Swamp's round for the taking, and they gave it away. It's not gonna end just there. I mean, look at this. Totson finds Josh, but Kais, again, I mentioned it in the first round. I feel like this guy is ready to go on Ankara, on the NA server. And HZ, you will find Horus. It seems like Horus is a little bit nerfed right now. I mean, he is not really finding anything just yet. 0 and 3. Not ideal for Horus. But of course, you have Totson 7 and 1. This guy is so ready to go. But we are just about to see something very interesting. Look at that. I mean, the ROC players are sneaking towards B here, and Totson, he is just waiting for a timing, I think. He just stalls this a little bit. Kais, do you have the patience to wait for this? I mean, he is ready and locked. I mean, look at that. He's not moving whatsoever. But Famous will now peek into Totson. Will take him out. So does Snox onto Snake. And this all of a sudden looks like a very winnable round for Swamp Gaming. Unless Slayer with the 1v4. I believe it was Slayer before as well with the 1v4, right? So we'll see what happens.
It'll be more tough for sure here, if you consider it's an A client and an A server. But I mean, like, Slayer had the option to plant the bomb, then Totson would be in the perfect flank position. For some reason, they were waiting with the bomb plant. Now he goes for the bomb plant, but won't block the situation really tough. It's just very low HP. Gets QPs here, Slayer. Gets the QPs, insane. It's all on kind of gets the 4 piece once again. What a clutch here from Slayer.
What?
I gotta give it to this guy once again. Like, but the wall banks were just insane. Once again, 1-on-4 clutch from Slayer. Definitely like player of today.
So, give me your opinion right now. What do you think as Swamp Gaming right now? You have been in this position a couple of times in your career, right? So what is the think process right now?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was this position. Yeah, like like you're gonna hope, like things stepping up, right? Like he gets the free right? And gets back onto H's. But yeah, what you have to hope is technically that the next round something happens in your favor and that you can forget the round quickly. But yeah, it's tough. Like if you lose a round like that, 1-4, this sticks within your head like for at least 5 to 6 rounds. So it's tough, and also this round doesn't look too good here. Kais wants desperation, gets the frag onto Snare. Horus here with the off angle. And perfect timing. So yeah, doesn't look too good here, Pandoxon.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
like, what kind of call would you do now, Pandoxon? Like in this scenario, GR 0-4, you have to be like innovative now. Like what will you call?
Don't cry, guys. It's not over just yet. There's Kais that opens up the round on Horus once again. There's Totson. Kais, I'm telling you, he's ready to go now. He doesn't want to go down just like that. I mean, Kais, 6-4. Pretty much the only player in his team next to Famous that is stepping up. It's always these two most of the times. But right now, this round looks so much better for Swamp Gaming. But never say never with Slayer alive. 5-2. Definitely still rolling, ready to go. Now, like this, they're not planting just yet. They could, but they do not. They stalled this a little bit. We get a freebie just like that. Josh will go down, but there's a trade. HCZ finds Snake now. Question is, Slayer, can you do it again? Surely not. Come on, not 3 times, right? I mean, there's one. Oh no, please don't make it happen. He finds one. A 2 versus 1 situation here, of course. Very winnable situation for either one. Let's see, he picks up the bomb. He still has so much time to go. He doesn't even need to plan right now. I mean, he could just go for a full rotation. He finds HCZ as well. Surely not. Slayer, he cannot do it again. 1 minute remaining on the clock, guys. The pressure is so high right now for this guy. He knows he has to get it done. Slayer goes for the full swing. The guys will find it. And yeah, surely not again.
Kais was aware that he was hiding in the corner, but yeah, it looked scary once again here for Swarm. Almost not a clutch with him Slayer. And yeah, Slayer's killing to the 8 tracks here on the board. It is here opening up the round once again against Nox the Long B. Like for me, like if I watch your ROC's gameplay, you can really see no difference, right, between like an A server or a U server. All the players hitting their shots so far. But Snake maybe who's having some issues in the first couple of rounds at least. Let's go for the aggression here. Love here, the big connector. It's one for the famous here. Want to go for the kill here from the triple boxes in front of A side, but Totson denies him. Once again, Pandoxon doesn't look too good, so it's time for better call than to tell the teammates not to cry. I mean, seriously, like probably will be 1-5, right? The scoreline. Like, what can you do now at this point? I think like Kai's playstyle was good, like going for this aggression here in mid. I really want to switch the opposite up. My call now. At this point, bring up arms.
Yeah, well, maybe. I feel like in this position, obviously crying is not an option, and you have Famous and of course Kai's and Snox in your roster. So much experience on these shoulders, right? So they definitely don't feel too desperate right now. They definitely have been in this position a couple of times, like you mentioned with yourself. So, I don't know, ROC. They most likely will win this run unless HZ has something in store we could never ever expect. But 2 HP, surely not. He will go down eventually. And yeah, I'm just so impressed by ROC. I mean, like you mentioned, everyone is hitting their shots, right? It doesn't really matter what server we are on. The only person that doesn't shoot like he did on the other server is Horus, in my opinion. Horus had a little bit of a rough start. I mean, it's not there just yet, but the rest of the squad, especially Totson, come on, this guy is so ready to go. And honestly, if Totson wouldn't be that, on point right now, this could be a different story, but it isn't. It is definitely the story of ROC right now. Look at this, Horus, hell yeah, there you go. He finds the first frag in this round, though.
It's a classic, what you call it. Horus here not performing in the second map, and as you say that, Horus gets the entry, and now we're gonna see a full execute here from ROC Esports. HTC timing is so off. Horus gets an easy second kill here. All on push here. Gets the full kill. Almost gets the fourth kill as well. Nice him. We have 2 players here, 3 kills in this one. Horus and also Josh. I think Famous is aware that he's the corner. That's not the case, actually. Horus gets the 4-piece. All on ice here. Working here from my main. Going for the fast retake. I love to see that. Horus can't get the shot, but yeah, closing out the round here for ROC Esports and Horus here. I mean, you kind of jinxed it, right, Pandoxon, right? You said, like, okay, Horus, you're having a rough half here on Ankara, but as you say that, you see the 4-piece here from the Horus. That's him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just what happens, right? I mean, Horus, he's here now, he's ready to play. But to be fair, once again, Swamp Gaming, they made it interesting for a little bit there, right? I think it was Josh, right? Yeah, he had a very good showing there for a moment, but then again, ROC, they somehow make it work. And yeah, 6-1, obviously on map number 2, it's still not ideal. Look at this position here. Totson, he has an idea, finds him. H is good for one as well. Famous not able to hold against this kind of pressure here. And yeah, ROC, once again, they're just so fast. Snox will get blown up by a grenade here. That's a nice backflip though. Almost the same story here with HTZ. He's still standing though, 3 HP. Surely not. I mean, where's the rest? Guys, he will go down. And now it's basically the end of the story. Look at all these members from ROC. Horus will go for a big swing here. No one really finds him. But there you go. Slayer will take him out. And yeah, I mean, at this point, I really want to find some positives for Swamp because I feel like they definitely have what it takes. Maybe not today. Maybe it is just not their kind of story today. ROC definitely shows who's boss right now, and they really deserve it, though.
I mean, the crazy figures, right? Like, Swamp, they really had something to win today. And ROC Esports, like, for them was okay. Last job to see. To just like casual and like don't care too much, but ROC Esports has an insane performance today, especially individually. At least this round looks a little bit better for Swamp. So Swamp again is 72 scoreline in the first half. Unless we're gonna see once again a 1-4 clutch. The good news is for Swamp, I mean, that Slayer's not alive anymore. Then make the load speed, he gets the kill. Still right production, 7-2 scoreline on GR side. Far away from ideal, I would say. So, what would you like? What's your approach on Blacklist if you're the team captain? Like, how are you gonna turn this around?
Oh, is there a way to turn this one around? Not too sure. I mean, the aggression here is probably not the best, the best call here, especially if you don't check your corners, and Snox will go down in the process. And look at this aggression here. Famous! Oh, he's so ready to go. Even in the last round, he was really hitting his shots, but he will go down eventually. There's only so much Famous can do, and he definitely put up a couple of kills to his name here. Totsin, good position. Kais. Oh, the smoke is between them, so Totsin has a good position here. Doesn't really... Oh, the timing stuff, guys. You gotta keep moving, buddy. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit awkward. Oh, Totsin. Oh, Totsin played with his foot, and he got instantly punished for it as well. So Kais gets it done. It's only gonna be Slayer, but Slayer, he has been super clutch a couple of times today, and it looks like he has a good idea. He heard Kais, so he just needs to play the timer a little bit before the information is given to him. I think maybe he saw someone. He's still chilling. But the timing, it will be against him. Maybe he finds one. It's only going to be Kais, and Kais will get it done, though.
Kais closing out the first one here in the second half. But once again, right, it didn't look too good here for Swamp, but at least at the end they could win the round. But once again, way too close, way too close. I feel like a lot of rounds actually today could have been like in favor of Swamp. A little bit, at least a little bit closer, but a lot of clutches were in favor of ROC Esports today, or went in favor of ROC Esports today. At least this round here, the 1-on-1 goes in favor of Swamp, but still 4 rounds here between those two teams on the second map. At least they get the kill into Snare, so no 5-4 situation. He's walking up towards GR base, only gets the pick of the Slayer. So once again, looks quite good here this round. Here 5-on-1 situation already, all on Totsin. Don't think expect Josh to be there, but never mind. Josh peeks out a little bit too early, but now they will hunt Totsin. Slow HP. Oh, gets the 2-piece here. There's no way he can clutch this. No way. Okay. For 1 second, I was kind of worried once again for Swamp. This would be like the 10th round I feel like they would throw away today. Anyway, 4-7. It seems like your calls are working out, Pandoxon.
Yeah, maybe. So let's get back to the, the game here. I feel like it's definitely a good showing now from Swamp. They keep these rounds more close, and it seems like, ROC, they don't really have an answer for that. It's mainly because, they're not necessarily hitting their shots, or it's actually gonna be Famous. And of course, Kais, who step up so much. I mean, I said it in round number 1, right? When Kais got his double kill there, I felt like, yo, this guy, Kais, he's gonna be a lot better on map number 2. And this is the case here, 14. But is it going to be enough? It's a tough question to me, because obviously, again, there's only so much he can do. The rest of the squad also needs to step up. Famous. He gets away with his life there. Slayer almost takes his head off, but it's not gonna be too easy just yet. And yeah, so right now, Swamp Gaming, they're just playing with anything they can get. And so much, so far, they're not getting anything just yet. Horus! Quick kill onto HCZ. I mean, come on. This guy has really stepped it up as well. He started off so slow, and, now all of a sudden he has 9 frags on the board. So definitely good shout out to him. Snox, of course, finds an entry as well. And now it goes back and forth. Look at the map right now. Everyone is so close to each other. It's going to be Snare. Not going to be able to find anything from his position. And now, all of a sudden, once again, Swamp Gaming, they are definitely in a good position, though.
In free situation here, host getting tagged from Snox. Snake. Perfect time here. Gets the frag onto Snox. Now 3-2 situation. As you see, the bomb here is working up towards bomb side B. Snake gets the frag onto Famous. Josh gets the trade at least, but now 1-2 situation. And Josh survived a rough second map. 14 HP left. Gets the frag onto Snake. Now it's all on Totson here. Totson against 14 HP. Josh goes for the plant. 14 seconds left on the clock. Gets the frag onto Totson. Oh, nice frag here from Josh. I think this was by far his best round today. Massive, massive round from this guy. So now 5-7, right? We have a match, I feel like.
Yeah. We have a match. My calls are definitely working out, so let's see how much it's going to take against ROC. 7 and 5. 2 more rounds to push to break even. Kais finds Slayer. That's an insane kill to start off the round with. And yeah, ROC Gaming, they don't really find anything to work with here. I feel like it's gonna be so much to work for. I'm not too sure what's going on. But this is what I mentioned, right? If Swamp Gaming finds a way to hold back ROC, this would be the most likely outcome of it. So it's not gonna be too easy for ROC all of a sudden. They actually have to work. Now Swamp Gaming with a good mid-execute. They're gonna stall this one a little bit. But Kais, of course, will jump in first with the sniper. But there's no one close just yet. I mean, Snare has a good idea of wrapping around, but it's gonna take so much time. He needs to carry on a little bit faster. Snare, you could go so huge. He finds one though, can't find a second just yet. He will find 2. Can you find a third? This would be insane. Not gonna happen this time around. Famous will take him out though. And now they basically have a free side B, but where's the response from ROC?
I was kind of worried here for Famous. Famous was flashed as well. But he still gets frag onto Snare now. 3-3 situation. All players are full HP. Okay, Snake is going for like the hotel flank as well as Horus. Okay, never mind, they're all falling back. So 3 players here coming from GR base. Interesting decision now. But unusual here for ROC Esports. And as you see, it doesn't work out at all. Snox getting the 2-piece, closing out the round here. And yeah, I mean 4-0 here in the second half for Swamp Gaming. What is happening? I think, yeah, it's time for a timeout here from the Egyptian squad.
Oh.
And it's coming in. Snare here looks a little bit clueless. Snake, as the IGL, should hold a nice speech now and tell his teammates what to do. But Pandoxon, do you see any conversations going on here? Or maybe I'm wrong and I'm blind, but are they talking?
Honestly, I don't know how much is true about the blind part here, but I can tell you something. They have a coach in the back, right? So someone is talking to them, someone is giving instructions and suggestions, I would say. But I was wondering about that a couple of times as well. I was like, why is no one talking? You just took a timeout, and you're not talking at all. So yeah, it's because they have a coach in the back, and eventually the players start talking as well, or giving their suggestions or whatever. So yeah, ROC with the timeouts, and throwback to the beginning of the match, where they were looking super confident, almost like laughing at each other, right? Oh, another 1v4 clutch, right? But not so much now. ROC under pressure, and I love to see it. I mean, I would love to see Swamp Gaming right now, because obviously they are pretty confident right now. They are ready to go. They know, okay, we have the better cards right now. We have everything it takes to bring this one home. But let's see if they're actually able to. Swamp Gaming, they could push it to port, and this is all of a sudden not so much unlikely scenario, right? So what do you think?
I mean, right now it looks like we're gonna see port. I mean, 4-0 in the second half. ROC Esports definitely have to change up their setups and their tactics. I mean, to be fair, like when you face an A team on an A server, it's most of the time easier to play Blacklist. But For some reason, they're quite struggling here on the BL side. It's really time for Snake here to bring up some innovations. Also Slayer, like he stepped up in the first couple of rounds, yeah, but after that also was more quiet, so I want to see some more frags from Slayer as well. It seems like we're about to hop back into the game. That's the case here. As I said, 7-6 scoreline here, still in favor of ROC Esports. But yeah, let's see if the calls from Paradoxon keep on working out here for Swamp.
Probably not. My calls are awful. Never worked in the past. So
I agree.
Fair point. Especially when it comes to banning maps, right? But yeah, anyway, let's go back into the game here. Yeah, ROC Gaming. It is the question for me, what can they do in this position right now? So they definitely lost a couple of rounds in a row. They definitely lost their confidence as well. But on the other side of things, of course, Swamp Gaming, they feel very good right now. I mean, they won a couple of rounds, and they know they can definitely push it to map number 3 if they really like to. But we will see if that's going to be the case. Famous with a smoke towards B here. You see a lot of grouping here from ROC. They will eventually wrap around him. Look at that. I mean, Slayer, not even given a chance. But does Famous know about the players behind him? I don't think so. But on the other side of things, of course, Swamp Gaming will make an entry towards A. And it's going to be, well, Snake not going to be able to respond at all. But look at this. The Rex are here from ROC. Nox saves the day here by killing Pots. I know. Gonna require so much, and it's not gonna happen. Famous, once again, he steps it up. And this guy, I mean, I'm telling you, this could go either way at this point.
Yeah, 7-7 scoreline tied up, as you said. Now, I mean, I really have to bet on Swamp, right? I mean, the tendency is clearly going in favor of the A squad. F-Zero in the second half. Guys, once again, getting the entry onto Snake. Now 5-4 situation once again. Snare here trying to go for the refrag, but can't spot any play here from Swamp. I mean, to be fair, the setup is quite good now here from ROC Esports here. 2 players on AC. As I say that, Snare gets the kill onto HC, falling back now, but Kais is waiting here, blacklist base, but is missing the shot. I think this should be like an easy kill for Kais normally. With Horus now. Horus gets frag onto Famous. For some reason I didn't expect Horus to be there. Watson here is aware, gets the trade. Love the angle from this guy, was perfect here to help out his teammate. 3-on-2 situation. But here, like, look at Kais here. Kais already working up towards Hotel. Joshi in trouble. Bomb has been dropped. And 3-on-1 situation.
Yeah. I think Kais definitely has a great chance of clutching this one. But it's gonna, require a lot of, aggression from him as well. That's insane. How did no one even check him? Oh, he misses another crucial shot into this round. Could have been a completely different story. Almost the collateral there. I mean, that was looking a little bit too dangerous. But yeah, ROC, they were basically gifted that round, in my opinion. Kais missed a crucial shot in mid, and he actually 2 in mid. The last one there was also mid, so Kais, I mean, that has to hurt so much. He definitely had it in his hands, but somehow he wasn't able to bring it home. Not the end of the story just yet. Kais will go down first, and this could be the end. Unless ROC Gaming, unless Swamp Gaming will find a way to slow ROC down, because right now they have a momentum. They know they're cooking right now. The Flash will not do too much damage just yet. Snare, peekaboo into HTC, finds Nox as well. Gonna be Josh, last man standing. He finds one. I mean, Josh, he's really stepping it up here and there. I mean, these shots are looking very, very crisp. And I mean, how much can he do in this position? The damage is good. I mean, Horus and Snare, they are basically almost dead. The setup here, of course, from ROC is pretty solid. I mean, he doesn't have to go this way. He has time, he has the bomb, and he has a little bit of HP to work with. So this is definitely the right decision to you know, find here, because obviously, yeah, you know, ROC, they will eventually figure it out, and they will start a rotation as well. Ooh, but Snare, this timing could have been a little bit off, and this is the case here. They think Snare has mid secured, and yeah, well, Josh, he slipped through, and he will be given a free bomb plant.
Yeah, Josh here going for the bomb plant, as you said here on A side. Good news, bomb A side completely empty. Bad news, 42 HP left. So, yeah, it'll be tough for Josh. And it seems like he doesn't even go for the plant. Okay, he's checking GR base obviously empty as well. Interesting plant here. Going for the smoky towards GR. Covering the back. I mean, that would be now in a 1-on-3 against ROC. It's quite obvious that at least 1 or 2 players will come from the back. So I think it's smarty from Josh to check out GR base first. Okay, now we should realize there will definitely all players coming from the back. Gets one PC. Oh, I thought for 1 second that he's holding the perfect angle, but never mind. 9-7 here in favor of ROC Esports. And yeah, I just need one more round, right, to close out here this entire match. We have 2 more calls left here to secure the overtime for Swamp.
Yeah, well, if Josh realized they were coming from a main like half a second earlier, you were basically right. He could have, you know, collateraled the players there. So it's a little bit, you know, unlucky, but that's just how it is sometimes. So yeah, ROC, match points. 1 more to go, unless Swamp Gaming, oh, they had such a good run. Is it all for nothing? We'll figure it out. It's going to be, well, Slayer, that goes down first, so Snox, I mean, come on, this guy finds a very crucial kill. Totsin with a lot of info here. Famous almost goes down as well, luckily to be alive here. Horus will be given a freebie, and that is a very important kill. We'll see if that's gonna be, you know, too much of a matter, but look at that. I mean, the hesitation here from Swamp, they give Horus a lot of respect, and I think it's actually, I'm not too sure, is it the right decision here, Seven? What do you think? I feel like they could have run towards A here and just shot together onto Horus, but what do you think?
Of course, yeah, like they're playing a little bit too safe, I feel like. On the end, probably they should definitely get this round anyway. I mean, 3-on-2 situation, Snake is quite low HP. But yeah, you're right. I mean, like sometimes making CrossFire too complicated. Especially the already built up a brawl, right? 3 players in front of A side, just go for the execute. Get the round, but never mind. Yeah, decided to go to B side. Kai's here in trouble. At least. It's all on Snake here. HC picks up Horus. And yeah, 1 more round for Oxford. 1 more round to secure the overtime.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
My call now is that ROC Esports, they will go for an aggression now. I mean, like they at least have to take it in their own hand, right? They just can't play passive now and just hope, okay, eventually, let's defend this last round. I think they will go for some aggression.
We'll see. Right now, Swamp. They are grouping in front of B. Pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, ROC, they're pretty much aware of it. Look at that stack. Let's see who's gonna be the winner of this fight here. The trades are good. Back and forth it goes, Josh. Only good for 1, and look at that. Kai's and Famous, of course. The OGs from America here, and of course Canada, I guess. They will get it done. They will get a lot of frags. Totsin and Snare left alone. It's just a matter of timing. What? How is he still alive? Famous! Famous! Oh no, and all of a sudden this could be the beginning of the end. Unless HCC finds an answer, and come on. That looked like Swamp's round any time of the day, right? So yeah, they get away with it. ROC, I mean, they were almost losing it and pushing it to overtime, but a huge shoutouts, of course, to Swamp Gaming. They made it very interesting here in the end, right? So in the end, it wasn't enough. It's gonna be ROC Esports 2-0 sweep, and we're not pushing it to port. So definitely a strong performance here from ROC.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, still credits here for Swamp, right? To Swamp for at least a decent season, 6th place. Not too bad. I mean, they played Open League last season, so not too bad. At least they stay in the Pro League. But also Snare, right? Insane 3-piece here to close out this match and the deserved first place in the regular season.
Yeah, this is what it is for now, right? So guys, don't go anywhere. We are going to a short break. So see you soon. Welcome back, guys. It is time for another matchup here, right? So it's going to be TBI versus 3P, right? So, I think it's going to be much closer than, first matchup we had here today. So, TBI, they had a couple of good runs. So, you know, not too sure what to expect from them, but 3P, I'm 100% focused on, right? I feel like they definitely have to show up today.
I mean, also they will. I think like PingPongPals, like insane, as we talked before as well, like insane season here. I mean, they played last season Open League, so insane performance from them. And TBI, I mean, like they brought on FaZe before the season. I think good change for sure. But yeah, in the end, I mean, at some point, I really thought they could make it to top 4, but in the end, eventually, like 7th place, they will stick with that. Like obviously not the result they expect before the season, but at least they stay in the West League. That's a good news for them. Bad news for 999, right? They will be relegated and play the Open League next year. But I mean, still, I think PingPongPals against TBI could be a good matchup, and I think it will be a long match. My prediction will be 2-1 for PingPongPals. What's your prediction, Paradoxon?
Honestly, I don't really want to predict anything because I feel like it's gonna be wrong regardless. So, yeah. Set summary here. We definitely see ROC stepping it up once again, but much of a difference when it comes to set number 2. Obviously, you had Famous and of course Kai's, especially Kai's stepping up a lot, right? So, yeah, in the end, it got really close, right? But it just wasn't enough, and that's just something that Swamp Gaming has to deal with, because even though they made it interesting in the end, it wasn't enough. And yeah, obviously from the caster's POV, it's easy to say, but I feel like Famous had a great opportunity on bridge, right, and close to hotel, but he didn't use it. He was a little bit hesitating there, right? So that was the crucial mistake in my opinion. But nonetheless, doesn't matter. Next game, TBI versus 3P. So yeah, we already started talking about it, but again, I feel like on paper, 3P should have a good chance to bring this one home, but we will know as soon as we know about these map picks, right? Because I think that TBI will maybe pick sub base here, but I'm not too sure, because whenever I try to predict what maps they're gonna pick, it was always wrong. So I don't know. What do you think? What maps could TBI play on right now?
I mean, I would love to see Mexico again. I think on Mexico they did a great job against ROC Esports last weekend when I was casting. I know it was 2 weeks ago, to be honest. But still, Mexico, I think I did a great job against ROC Esports. And I feel like casting this map, especially New Mexico, is quite fun. So I'd love to see that one. But PingPongPals, I mean, you don't want to face PingPongPals on Port. I feel like Port, every time I was casting PingPongPals on Port, I feel like they were doing a great job on this map. So I think TBI should definitely avoid playing Port. And yeah, I mean, in the end, like same was last year. Like in the end, you always see Compound, Ankara, Black Widow, those maps again and again, because especially like Compound and Ankara, those maps, teams tend to not ban. It's not the map pick, but at least it's like the second or third best map. I guess at least one of those maps we're gonna see for sure. At the same time, we're gonna have a look at the stats. FaZe, surprisingly, no positive KD. I mean, normally he's definitely one of the best players in terms of KDs in the league. But also, to be fair, he's playing a different role, right? He's not the main sniper anymore. Let's have a look here at PingPongPals. I mean, like if you have to pick one player from PingPongPals, Paradoxon, impact-wise, who's the best player impact-wise? What do you think?
I don't like this. Who's the best is always a difficult question because it kind of depends on a lot of things, right? But I would definitely say Gainer has his moments. Obviously HTZ as well. LSY, very surprising to me, has a lot of interesting moments. Sometimes he's a little bit too quiet in my opinion, but definitely shows up here and there. But also, I think one thing we definitely have to mention is Avon will not play today. Actually, my bad. I think Avon will play instead of King. That's correct. Okay, so we have a little bit of a sub play here today. Also, for the side of 3P, you will see Terror today as well. So that's gonna be very interesting. I haven't seen Terror in a while. And I always think Terror is such a good player, but you know, sometimes he's just not given the chance. But we'll see if that's gonna be different today. So again, we have some subs coming in for today, and maybe that is a big factor for 3P. But